Hi, welcome to lesson 40 of Ukulele for Beginners. Today's song is I Don't Like Mondays by Bob Geldof and the Boomtown Rats. This is the tear sheet. This was the Boomtown Rats' response to a mass shooting by Brenda Ann Spencer, a 16-year-old girl who was allegedly said to give the only explanation that she didn't like Mondays as to why she did it. In actual fact, there is some doubt if she ever said those words, according to my Google reading, and she also came from a very disturbed family, so it's not, she was raised by her dad, in fact, and it's not really the way it's portrayed in the song. It's a great song though. So, the ukulele has strings G, C, E and A, and frets 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. For this song you need G, which is 3rd fret, E string, 2nd fret, A and C strings, G major 7, which sounds freaky but it's actually really easy, 2nd fret, C, E and A string all at once. It's G major 7, C, everybody's favourite chord, 3rd fret, A string, and D7, 2nd fret, G and E strings. That's D7. So only 4 chords required. The Boomtown Rats don't like Mondays. It begins, it's all played in a sort of down, down, up, down strum, and just run through the chords in the way of an introduction at the beginning, so it's G, G major 7, C, D7, C, and back to G, and as you come back to G, you begin singing. The silicon chip inside your head gets switched to overload. So that was G, G major 7, C, and for overload it was D7 over, and then load, and it was back to C. So load, so overload. So that's often the case. I'm just strumming down once or twice on the chords, it's just like a single down strum, to squeeze the chord into the lyric. So it's something to watch when you try and play this. Then second line of the first verse, and nobody's gonna go to school today, it's just gonna make them stay at home. So that's G, G major 7, C, D7. Then drop down to C for the 3rd line of the first verse. And Daddy doesn't understand it. He always said she's as good as gold. So that was C, D7, G, then back to C. Then just stay in C for a bit. And you can see no reasons, cause there are no reasons. What reasons do you need to be shown? So the shown, last bit of that line was back up to D7. Then it's the chorus, beginning in G. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. So that was all in G except for the Mondays part of it, where I dropped down to G major 7 for Mondays. Then it's C. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. Sort of similar in as much as you sing most of that in C. Then for the Mondays it's Mondays, D7, single downstroke for Mon, and then days, single downstroke in C. Then back to G. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. So that was G, and the Mondays was in G major 7. Then C. I wanna shoot. So I wanna shoot is in C. Then up to D7 for the changing to G for down, and then run through the chords. G, G major 7, C, D7, G, C again, G, G major 7, C, D7, C, then back to G. And that's the whole of the first verse and chorus. The second verse and chorus is exactly the same. In the third verse, when you go, and all the playing stopped in the playground now, she wants to play with her toys a while. Just for the toys a while, whereas I have been going D7, C for the opening line of the verse, just stay in D7 for toys a while, but otherwise it's exactly the same. And then for the final chorus, there's a sort of kind of building up to a big dramatic finale. So it starts the same, the chorus starts the same. Tell me why I don't like Mondays, tell me why I don't like Mondays. And then there's a sort of a few extra lines. So you start the chorus the same, G, G major 7, C, D7, C. Then the next line is G, tell me why I don't like, G major 7, I don't like, C, I don't like Mondays. And the Mondays is D7, C again, and then do that again. Tell me why I don't like, I don't like, I don't like Mondays. Then back to G to finish it all off. Tell me why I don't like Mondays, G major 7, then C, I wanna shoot, then D7, ooh, 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 the whole day, then drop down to G, down, and then it's run through the chords one last time, slow and sad. Downstroke and G. And that's all there is to it. So the Boomtown Rats don't like Mondays. The silicon chip inside her head gets switched to overload, and nobody's gonna go to school today. She's gonna make them stay at home, and Daddy doesn't understand her. He always said she's as good as gold, and he can see no reasons, cause there are no reasons. What reasons do you need to be shown? Tell me why I don't like Mondays, tell me why I don't like Mondays, tell me why I don't like Mondays, I wanna shoot, ooh, 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 the whole day down. The telex machine is kept so clean, and it types to a waiting world. Mother seems so shocked, father's world is rocked, and their thoughts turn to their own little girl. Sweet 16 ain't so peachy keen, and it ain't so late to admit defeat. And they can see no reasons, cause there are no reasons. What reasons do you need? Tell me why I don't like Mondays, tell me why I don't like Mondays, tell me why I don't like Mondays, I wanna shoot, ooh, 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 the whole day down. And all the playing stopped in the playground now. She wants to play with her toys a while, and school's out early, and soon we'll be learning. And the lesson today is how to die. Then the bullhorn crackles, and the captain tackles all the problems and the hows and whys. And he can see no reasons, cause there are no reasons. What Thank you very much for listening. This lesson was sponsored by the book 12 Tales of France. Fables set in France, available on Kindle. Feel good stories in a feel bad world. Thanks. Bye.